Hello, Graham. I'll kick off quickly just by saying, I don't know how you managed to do it. It was quite an end-to-end game for us watching, but being part of it, how on earth do you kind of put your emotions in check after that one? How do you sum that up?
Yeah, it was a bit of a roller coaster to say the least. A fantastic performance from us when you look at the game. We did so much well and played with real spirit, real courage, real quality. And obviously very, very sore to lose. But we have to try to be as philosophical as we can and focus on the things we did well and the performance of the team, which, like I said, was one of a real high level.
Any complaints whatsoever with the award of the penalty right at the very end?
Well, we had such a high in terms of when we scored our equaliser, because I felt that we deserved that, and pleased for Solly because he hit the bar I think a couple of times, and the emotion at that moment, and I think we felt that we scored on the last kick, so there couldn't have been that much time left, and I don't know. It's the referees are responsible for the time. That's their job. From our perspective, we're just very, very disappointed.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Okay, Darren, do you want to go next?
Yeah. Hello, Graham.
Hi, Darren.
Hi. Have you spoken to Leandro Trossard after the match, and how's his reaction? It's just unbelievable to see how many times, how unlucky he was today.
Yeah, I've not spoken to him. I've spoken to the group and told him I can't really. I'm sorry that I can't make you feel any better. Apart from saying how well you all played and the type of performance it was. I thought it was amazing, as well as I've seen us play, and the quality of the performance was one to be really proud of. And we have to remember that in terms of at the moment it's very sore because we haven't taken anything from the game. But I think hopefully when it all settles down a little bit, the guys can reflect and think that their performance level was really, really good against a good team.
Mm. And how much are you impressed with the improvement that you're seeing from the players? Even from the Chelsea game, it seemed another level that you moved up again from, even though you got nothing in terms of points.
Yeah, I think the performance of the group in every game we've played has been of a really good level, including Portsmouth, including Preston. So whenever we've gone to the pitch, I think the understanding has got better, and there's a collective desire to play for each other, and there's a fantastic spirit on the pitch. It's just, I just feel for the players because they put so much into the game today, and to not come away with anything seems a bit cruel.
Thanks, Darren. Richie Mills.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
Just in terms of that game, have you ever seen anything like that? And is there anything that maybe was one that compared closest to, I guess?
I think, thankfully, for my heart and my stress levels, I haven't been involved in too many games like that at all, to be fair. Certainly how it finishes at the end. I would say I haven't been involved in too many games where the quality of our performance was so high either. So lots of levels. It was just an amazing day. I would say a day where we're obviously very, very sore because we've got nothing from the game. But to try to be philosophical, I think we have to understand how good we played, and the boys put everything into it, did everything they could to get back into the game, to push Manchester United back, to create chances, to restrict them to not too much. We did a lot well, and we have to try to get our heads around that.
One more, if that's okay. I noticed Adam Lallana was quite vocal on the pitch. Can you just talk about the impact he's had? And he seems to sort of be a leader already.
Yeah, he is. On and off the pitch, he's been really good for us. Brings quality as well, of course. I thought his performance was really, really good. We had to take him off at the end just from a fatigue perspective, but I thought he contributed in a really good way to how we played. And he brings an experience, he brings a personality, he brings a character that is useful for the team, especially when you've got a lot of young players. It's good to have him around.
Okay, Sam Wallace next.
I just want to take you back to the first half. That when Fernandes gives away the penalty, he's already on a booking then. You've been quite generous to the referee, but there seemed to be quite a strong case for a second yellow card there.
I think we could be here for quite some time if we're looking at all the decisions and all the ones that have gone against us. I think it's a day where probably they all the majority of them have. They can go the other way. They're sort of borderline decisions, if you like, or some are a bit more obvious than others. And I'd rather leave it to you guys to talk about that, and I'll focus on the players and the team and what we've done to do well in the game, because I don't want to get that to get lost, because the quality of our performance, the players, what they did in the game, the work they put in, the effort they put in, the type of performance they put in was one to be really, really proud of.
Okay, thank you. Carl Anker.
Hello, Mr. Potter. A very quick question from me. In the second half, you saw a lot of crosses directed into Manchester United's right-hand side in behind Wan-Bissaka. Was that a tactical approach from you at all?
No, not really. I think the game, Solly March did really, really well. He had a fantastic performance. So we were getting a bit of joy down that side. But I also thought we mixed the game up quite well. Tapped centrally, tapped down the right, tapped down the left. That's why we're proud of our performance, but we're very disappointed that we've come away with nothing.
A very multi-talented and multifaceted approach. Unfortunate result for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Sam Morton.
Hi, Graham.
Hi, Sam.
Hiya. Do you really feel like today wasn't a one-off as well? Like, this is how Brighton have been playing since the start of the season. You can really see a big improvement from last year.
Well, I think our performance level in all the games we've played has been good. Even against Chelsea, when we lost, we played well, and there was lots of positives from the game. I think we've probably taken steps. I would agree. Today was probably even better. But I thought against Preston, against Portsmouth, we also played well. The group from an understanding perspective is developing, and we're getting better and better. It's normal in terms of a coaching process. That's what you do. You find out more about each other. You learn. You make mistakes. You get stronger for it. And we've got a real good group, a group that's fighting for each other with a great spirit. And it's just a shame that there's not supporters there to see the game, because I think it would have been a wonderful game. Of course, they would be as sick as us at the end result.
Yeah, absolutely. And how far do you think your side can go this season? It's kind of what is the aim?
Well, I've said before, we want to try and improve. That's always the aim. You should always try to improve on what you've done. And that's the challenge in the Premier League. The fine margins, you have to really, really work to go your way. You see today, if you analyse the game over the 90 minutes, I think we're the better team. But still, we've come away with nothing, and that's how brutal this league is. But that's the challenge we have, and we have to try to keep working on our ideas, keep working on our game, and hopefully the margins turn in our favour, and then you can get points instead of just performances.
Great, thank you. Cheers.
Okay, Luke Edwards.
Hi, Graham. Just a bit on that. Is there anything that concerns you about this performance? The fact that you have played well and conceded 3 goals, if you're being ultra critical, because you've obviously got to set those standards so high.
Of course, yeah. I thought the first goal was too cheap for Manchester United in terms of when you look at the first half, in terms of how much we dominated the game and how much we were the better team. To go in at 1-1 was really disappointing from our perspective. I would say it happens. They've got quality players that can, in a moment, turn the game around. That's the challenge that we face. So as much as we'll always look to ourselves to how we can improve. That's how we've got to this point. That's how I've got to this point as a coach. It's easy to blame external factors that you can't control, like the referee. I can't do anything about what he does. I've got to just look at our team and our players, and that's what we'll do, and we'll try to get better.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm just bringing John Cross in. I think he's going to start some content for Mondays now, so this is all for Monday after beginning with John.
Hello, Graham. Thanks so much for doing this. I was just going to sort of kind of touch on the improvement really this season that we've seen in the level of performance today. Obviously so far this season. Just how impressed and pleased have you been with the players generally for the way that they've embraced the ideas that some of you trying to kick on this season? It feels like it's the start of something different this season, really.
Well, I don't know. I think we've been on a process. I can't really explain it another way. The more it's not like I walk into a club and click my fingers and everything is brilliant. It's a process. You have to try to work with people and understand them, and they understand you, and then if you can get results, that relationship grows, and you can have more time together, and hopefully that gets better. Like any good relationship, I think. But yeah, I think since lockdown, the guys have responded well to that situation. I think even for the start of the season last year, we had some good performances. We beat Tottenham here 3-0. We beat Everton 3-2. We had some good results, but we also had some moments where we suffered, which is part of the challenge of the Premier League. We have to keep trying to improve. I think we've done that. The boys have, like I said, a great group. They want to get better. They're young players, a lot of young ones, still establishing themselves at this level. And we've played against Manchester United and Chelsea here, and we've come away with nothing but performances. We've done a lot well.
You just touched on Solly before, just how well he's done. It's a different sort of kind of role this season, a different position. Just how pleased are you with the way that he's embracing that?
Oh, I thought today he was amazing, to be honest. His performance was one that I think everybody knows or understands is there from Solly. The challenge is to get it out of him more, and that's not necessarily his challenge alone. It's all of us. But I thought today he was fantastic. That's why we were so pleased, not only with the equalising goal, but it was him scoring, because he hit the post and contributed to the first goal that we scored. And I feel for him that he's got nothing to show for that performance.
Thanks, John. Right, Brian, do you want to go next? And just a reminder to everyone, this is all for Monday.
Hi, Graham. Commiserations on that. I just wondered, did you get a chance to get into the changing room and have some sort of words to the players, be it consolation, be it encouragement, whatever? Did you sort of make a point of doing that?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because you feel for them. They're out there. They've put their heart and soul into the game. I just said, I'm sorry that I can't make it feel any better for you. There's nothing we can say. It is what it is. It feels unfair, and it feels raw, and it feels sore. But you've just got to remember the level of performance that you showed, and be proud of that.
And Leandro, obviously, he could have had 3 today. He could have had 1 at Newcastle. Do you see him making steps from last season into this sort of second season in the Premier League?
Well, that was what we were hoping and anticipating. I think, again, it's normal that you adapt to a new country, you adapt to a new team, you adapt to a new league. That takes a bit of time. I think he contributed last year, but I always felt that he would get better and better. The more he plays with us, the more he plays in this country, the more he understands the physicality of the league as well. So he's one of a few players that I think will get better, and delighted for him in terms of the level of his performance. And then, again, sorry for him that he comes away with nothing in terms of the result.
So just check, did you pick up any knocks or injuries or anything today, or any problem?
Just a few broken hearts, Brian.
Okay, well, that's a shame. Thanks, Graham. Cheers.
Okay, Andy, do you want to go next?
Hi, Graham.
Hi, Andy.
Can I just ask you a couple of questions about Neil Maupay? First of all, the penalty that he took, is that something that you've seen him do before? And was there ever any question of you taking him off penalties, having missed the 2 before Newcastle?
Well, I've never seen him take that one before. It's a good job, because I would be definitely saying don't do that. I tend to not look at penalties, and then Billy told me that he'd done that, and I was like, oh my, thank God I didn't see it. And no, not really. I think penalties are there. The goalkeeper's got a sort of shot to nothing, if you like. You can miss, but his record is very, very good. We believe in him. And it's just part of life that you have to deal with the disappointment of missing a penalty and get on and take the next one. He's got that courage. He's got that personality.
Yeah. And then just coming on to the one he conceded, obviously it turned out to be the winner right at the death. I mean, there's obviously been stuff about the handball incidents this season. Have you given any particular instructions to players, and were you surprised to see his sort of hand raised in that position?
Yeah, I think it's a classic example of the brain sort of not functioning maybe as well as it can, and you can understand why that would, because it's the last minute literally of a 100-minute game. There's emotion of just the goal, and then all of a sudden it's a bit of a desperation moment, and it's hard to keep thinking clearly. It can happen. It's a football action, and we're obviously heavily punished. That's how it feels like today. We've been heavily punished, but we have to dust ourselves down quickly, and like I say, try to focus on the things that we did really well, because there was a lot there.
Just one final one on that. Obviously, Neil was your talisman last season. He scored 10 goals. He started well again with 2. How, if at all, will that affect him going forward, do you think? What happened right at the end to come out losing in the way that you did?
No, he's that type of character. He's had setbacks in his life. He's had setbacks in his career. If you're a centre forward, you're going to miss. It's a fact. People think they always score. They don't. They miss often. So and in the other end, yeah, it's a mistake. It's a football action that when you look back, you think, oh, I wish I'd done this, or I wish I'd done that. But there's no blame. There's no bad feeling. We have to just take everything together, and he'll be better for this experience. Hopefully, we'll all be better for this experience, because like I said, it's been a very traumatic one in terms of how disappointing it is and how emotionally and draining it's been. But I'd like to think we'll get better for it.
Thanks, Andy. And finally, Darren, to finish things off.
Yeah, hello again, Graham. Just a quick final one on Tariq Lamptey. He obviously featured quite heavily in the pre-match build-up. He was on the TV, lots of interviews, lots of magazine interview, TV papers. How was he? Did that affect him at all, or was he just as he always is?
No, I don't think it affected him, but I think it's something that I need to think about, because there was a camera in front of him for God knows how long before the game. Little things like that. We need to understand he's a young player, and we need to let him enjoy his football and develop, and allow some space for that to happen. But at the same time, we understand he's an exciting player, he's an exciting prospect, and people want to know about him and talk about him and get to know him better. So it's a fine balance. But no, he's so level-headed. He's such a fantastic character that he doesn't get too worried about the external noise around him. He carries on in the game and wants to help the team.
Yeah. Do you think there was slightly too much attention on him ahead of the game for your liking? Or?
No, I think it's normal. Like I said, it's part of the noise of the Premier League, part of the show. But at the same time, we have to understand where he's at as well, as a young man, as a young boy, learning his game in the highest level. We need to support him and make sure that he's able to enjoy his football.